Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, the sidekick for this program. Next to me is host, creator, the toxic gunslinger, the man on the lam, the man who cannot be killed,
Hello,
Outlaw
everybody.
Bill.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Western Theater Present. I'm just rebooting my computer and getting everything situated so I can have audio and controls of other things. Anyway, today's feature is the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Do you have the synopsis there and time? Timeline. I'm gonna make sure I get it all ready.
Right. Well, this is an anthology film from the Coen brothers. Tells 6 stories that connect together in a way that you will figure out by the end of the movie. And it tells the story of a singing cowboy, a gold prospector, a young woman who's on a wagon train heading west, an outlaw who keeps surviving being hanged, and some other characters that you meet along the way. Very big cast. You have, of course, Tim Blake Nelson as Buster Scruggs. You also have Zoe Kazan, James Franco, Brendan Gleeson, Liam Neeson, Harry Melling, Clancy Brown's in a cameo. It's one of those movies where you'll pretty much recognize everybody. Tom Waits, looking very much like Nick Nolte. You won't be able to tell them apart. This is... you can find this movie online. It is available on Netflix. And of course, you will be able to follow along with us here on Cosme. The link is at the top of both chats. Do want to say hello to a couple of people who've joined us here in the live chat. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chicks, Connie Clary. Also in the house today, Bush McFadden.
Hey, Bush.
And Bone has joined us. All right, good to see everyone. There will, of course, be the, as soon as I can get the page booted up, we will have a trivia section at the end of the film. The movie is runtime of 2 hours and 13 minutes. And it is rated R for there's some intensity to some of the action scenes in this. So.
Now we get
films from.
Shall we get started?
Yes, absolutely. Film is from 2018. Nominated for 3 Academy Awards, all of them well-deserved.
Open up on the green paper hardback copy of The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
The synopsis on IMDb reads 6 tales of life and violence in the Old West, following a singing gunslinger, a bank robber, a traveling impresario, an elderly prospector, a wagon train, and a perverse pair of bounty hunters. Written and directed by the Coen brothers.
Can everybody see and hear the film playing in the screening room?
Cool shot from inside the guitar like that.
Can everybody see and hear the film in the screening room?
Yeah, I'm
Deleted?
good.
Okay. I love that.
That's a cool shot. I like that. Yeah.
Drinking whiskey. Clancy Brown cameo coming up in minus 1.1 minute.
Here's two. Yes. Yeah.
Adios, amigo. Here comes the Clancy Brown cameo.
Of course, from left to right, David Krumholtz, Clancy Brown, and if I remember correct, the guy on the right was in Cabin in the Woods.
You seen? He just
You've
lifted
seen
his
him? You
hand and
play
he's
him.
showing the dead man's hand. In poker, what we call that, the dead man's hand. It's so funny. Why are you shooting yourself? Why are you shooting yourself? West Texas twit. Do you need a can?
Oh, but wait. Seems we got ourselves two
Who's this stranger?
singing cowboys in town.
When I first saw this film, this coming up scene is the scene that probably shocked me the most. Like I'm like, what? Wait! Like what the heck? They killed the lead of the shit movie. I didn't understand why.
Sir? Now, that ain't good.
Yeah, that scene shocked me the most. I was like, what? They killed the lead? What? I was like, I couldn't understand. I was like,
And of course, this is the song that got nominated for the Academy Award. Hmm. And of course, the kid knows he's going to eventually share Buster's fate. But anyway, on to second story. Near Algodones.
Near Algodones.
Yeah. the shortest of the stories in the film. James Franco.
That air actor he's been in many things. He's been in Workspace.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and many other movies and TV shows.
oh, what did he tell you?
He did it out the back.
Nice. Ugh. Come here. Who puts a bank out here?
Yeah.
And shot. Ugh.
That one crazy guy.
Ralph Ineson.
Here come the Apaches.
Well, sheriff's gone. Go! Miss. Oh, there you go. Well, aren't we in a pickle? Yes, news radio. That's right. He was in that as well. Hello to Lizzie Armstrong. We're 25 minutes, 45 seconds into the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. We, of course, can't show you the movie live, but it is available on Netflix.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can join us live right here on Cosme. So.
Thank you for subscribing. Yarmala Puselaria. Welcome.
Welcome, yes. Oh! He's trying, damn it.
You're a little bit outnumbered.
Ugh. First time. Now, there's been some question among kind of video essayists here on YouTube as to whether or not this woman is actually there, if she's just in his head. But I don't know. Here's our story number 3. Entitled Meal Ticket. And yeah, buckle up, kids. This shit's going to get dark. They have Liam Neeson and Harry Melling, who, of course, you might remember from the Harry Potter films. Played Dudley Dursley.
Right? No, you got to bring your own chair. They're still waiting. Very morbid song he's singing.
It's okay, Liz. You can just follow along with us there on Cosme. You should be able to see it just fine. She had to sit through all that.
At least he had the decency to turn him around.
Mm.
I'll spare your eyes.
Do we want to know what the circumstances were there? Seems there's another game in town. Wait, why have we bought a chicken?
Chicken shall not cross the line.
Hello?
He looks frozen.
I said there was some pretty cold stuff that happens at the end of that previous segment. Of course, here we are on the story All Gold Canyon with Tom Waits. If anybody's getting buffering, might be best to just refresh the feed, and you should be okay. And welcome to a new name, Schwip Chen. Pardon me if I mispronounced that. We're watching the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. You can. We're about 53 minutes and 40 seconds in. We're in the fourth segment, and you can join us either on the Cosme link at the top of the chat. The film is available on Netflix. You can follow along there should you be a subscriber. Okay, Bill, apparently we've got a buffering situation going on Cosme. The movie's frozen, I guess.
Okay.
All right, folks, sorry about that. We're going to try this again. Happens sometimes.
How about now?
Yeah, it's back on here.
talking to the pocket like it's a person.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Pocket. Yeah.
He cut himself a trap. And now he's going after an egg. Doing the egg and the fish at the same time. Go. Go to shit if I'm good. We keep listening.
All right, I think I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to January Sports Highlights. We're up to 1 hour, 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. We're in segment number 4, All Gold Canyon. And this is the scene where the character that's referred to as the poacher has shown up and he shot the prospector in the back right after the character has found the gold he's been looking for. I keep
Nothing important.
Oh, like that's so important.
Nothing. Don't worry, Mr. Pocket. I'll be back.
And finally, in this movie, we get a happy ending for one of these characters. All right. And here is story number 5, The Girl Who Got Rattled. Held to FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim.
We're organs.
Thank you for the $1 super chat. Yes, I will go buck wild with that dollar. Yes. Time stamp 1 hour, 13 minutes. And Gilbert is not sounding too good.
Nope. He's either got tuberculosis or he got the whooping cough. Cough. Well, her brother bad.
Yep. Gilbert Longbaugh's no. Hello to Pops.
Hey, Pops.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs. We are 1 hour, 15 minutes, 50 seconds. You can follow along with us on Cosme or watch a film from the beginning on Netflix.
You still need to watch this. It's a good one. It's a really good one, Pops. It is worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Bring out your dead. Well, they are on the Oregon Trail, so.
Tim, for $2.90. This is when the Old West was new. Indeed.
They get
Yeah.
where you're buried.
Half the religion, twice the guilt. It's quite amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey.
Oh no. That's where we call us them switches. A switch was like a branch from a tree or a bush. Mom and Pop would just shit us, when we were bad with them switches.
Meanwhile, on Meerkat Manor. Grab him. Hello to Wilkie's Movies and Music. Watching the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. We are 1 hour, 41 minutes, 40 seconds. Watching the fifth segment, The Girl Who Got Rattled. Yeah. Okay, Bone, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ha! Shit. Reload. Do it now. Owie. Bam. All right. Now we've reached our final story. The Mortal Remains. Sure. Bill, can you still see the film on Cosme?
What?
Can you still see the movie on Cosme?
Okay, what was it? Need to refresh it? Hello? Did you say
I
you need to
have
refresh
lost.
the?
I have lost Cosme. Repeat. I have lost Cosme.
Okay, hang on. Refreshing now. How about now?
Okay, we're back. This Cagney and Lacey episode is weird. Stop. Have they figured it out yet? Yeah, I thought you might, Connie.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah, they did. They were on the river Styx. They are no more.
Oh,
All right, folks. So that was the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Shall I consult the scrolls?
you shall consult the scrolls.
All right. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs was released November 9th, 2018. Was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Best Song for When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Costume Design. And if you ask me, should have been in there for production design and cinematography as well. But not up to me. Was nominated at the Art Directors Guild for Best Period Film. Nominated at the BAFTAs for Best Costumes. Nominated for the Artios Award for Outstanding Achievement in Casting for a big budget feature comedy. Yes, this was considered a comedy in some circles, and some of it very darkly is. The Coach Trudis Awards for Best Production Design, Original Screenplay, and Best Performance by an Ensemble Cast. Nominated Best Original Song at the Denver Film Critics Society. Best Song at the Gold Derby Awards. Nominated for the Golden Trailer Awards. Best Original Score nominee at the Hawaii Film Critics Society. Nominated for Best Special Makeup Effects at the Hollywood Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Awards. Nominated Best Ensemble Cast at the International Cinephile Society Awards. Well, this goes on a ways. It got nominated for a bunch of awards, folks. All right. I didn't realize there were that many. All right. Moving on to filming locations. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sioux County, Scottsbluff County. All Nebraska. Telluride, Piney River Ranch in Vail, Colorado. The J.W. Eves Movie Ranch, 75 Rancho Alegre Road, Santa Fe. All right, hold on. All right. Telluride, Colorado for the Wagon Roads and Bridge in the meal ticket episode. Piney River Ranch for the river segment in All Gold Canyon. J.W. Eves Movie Ranch for the exterior set in near Algodones. The FX Bar Ranch, Sioux County, Scottsbluff, Nebraska. The exteriors for the Gal Who Got Rattled. The Medanza Creek Ranch, Santa Fe. Monument Valley, Arizona, of course, which was the opening of the film. Diablo Canyon, Santa Fe, New Mexico, which was also in the Buster Scruggs segment. Ghost Ranch, New Mexico. San Cristobal Ranch, Lamy, New Mexico, 90 San Cristobal Ranch Road for near Algodones. The Houston Ranch, Sioux County, Scottsbluff, Nebraska for the exterior segments, and Gal Got Rattled. All right. Moving on to the trivia. The first project by the Coen brothers to be shot digitally at 132 minutes. This is the longest film directed by the Coen brothers. It is the Coen brothers' third collaboration with French cinematographer Bruno Delbonnel. The first was Paris Tame, and the second, Inside Llewyn Davis, which garnered Delbonnel his fourth Oscar nomination. In the segment Mortal Remains, Thigpen begins to tell the story of the Midnight Caller. In True Grit, Maddie asks if LaBeef and Cogburn would like to hear a story with the same name, but the story itself is not heard. In the segment Meal Ticket, Harrison begins to show it with the poem Ozymandias, but he then proceeds to quote from Genesis chapter 4, the story of Cain and Abel, Sonnets 30 and 29 by William Shakespeare, then ends with the Gettysburg Address when they are collecting contributions from the audience. Harrison is repeating Prospero speech from The Tempest, Act 4, Scene 1, which is also spoken at the end of a performance. Consists of 6 segments: The Ballad of Buster Scruggs near Algodones, Meal Ticket, All Gold Canyon, The Girl Who Got Rattled, and The Mortal Remains. The image of the horse on the back of the book is actually the logo for the Coen Brothers production company, Mike Zoss Productions. The poker hand Buster Scruggs refuses to play in the saloon is a 2 pair of black aces and 8s known as the Dead Man's Hand. According to legend, that was the hand Wild Bill Hickok had when he was shot in the back of the head and killed by Jack McCall. In this segment, The Gal Who Got Rattled, an old woman named Grandma Turner shares the same name and character traits of a character from another Coen Brothers film, True Grit. All Gold Canyon is based on a story by Jack London. The Gal Who Got Rattled is inspired by a story by Stuart Edward White. Stephen Root and Tim Blake Nelson performed together in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Joe Cohen and Ethan Coen worked with Brendan Gleeson in this movie after having directed his son Domino Gleeson in True Grit. Both movies are westerns. The song Shirley Joe was first heard in a movie in the James Stewart Western Destry Rides Again under the title Little Joe the Wrangler. Harry Melling, who plays Harrison, the young orator, is best known as Cousin Dudley Dursley in the Harry Potter films. When the title was announced, its episodic nature led many people to erroneously believe that the Coen brothers had been developing a TV miniseries, despite always maintaining that they weren't interested in doing a television show due to its open-ended format. Later speculation that the episodes are recut and reorganized into an anthology movie have been denied by the brothers, who indicated that their screenplay remained the same throughout production and that the movie was released the way they always intended. The guitar that Buster plays is a modern reissue of a 1930s Recording King single, ORPS 7, relaunched in 2007, featuring new and classic designs. The Recording King brand started out as an exclusive brand of the mail order giant Montgomery Ward. As it would be ordered out of a catalog, it became very popular in the 1930s and 40s. Best known is the player of Recording Kings. The best known player of Recording Kings was the highly influential American primitive musician, the late John Fahey. The second song sung by Liam Neeson is The Sash, or The Sash My Father Wore, a ballad from the Irish province of Ulster. It commemorates the victory of King William III in the Williamite War of 1690-91, which secured English and therefore Protestant dominion over mostly Catholic Ireland for the next 300 years. It was and still is popular among Ulster loyalists in Northern Ireland as a political statement. Neeson was raised Catholic in the majority Protestant town of Ballymena, County Antrim, Northern Ireland, and would have heard this song during his childhood. In the segment Meal Ticket, a sign can be seen in the background for an establishment called Greaser Bob's. This seems to be a reference to the Coen's True Grit, in which the establishment is mentioned by a passing trader, but not shown. Zoe Kazan, who is in the segment The Gal Who Got Rattled, also starred in Meek's Cutoff, which is also a movie about the Oregon Trail. In Meal Ticket, one of the passages the artist, played by Harry Melling, recites is Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Liam Neeson, who plays the impresario, was going to play Lincoln in Lincoln before Daniel Day-Lewis came on board.
That would be an interesting choice.
That would have been interesting, yeah. Yeah. Buster Scruggs introduces himself by his sobriquet of preference, the San Saba Songbird, and also states that he hails from West Texas. Tommy Lee Jones, the star of the Coen Brothers movie, the No Country for Old Men, was born in a small Texas town of San Saba. However, it is located in Central rather than West Texas. The song Cool Water, Buster Scruggs sings in the opening of the film, was written in 1936 by Bob Nolan and the Sons of Pioneers and was recorded by them in 1941. It has been sung in various westerns, notably by Roy Rogers and the Sons of Pioneers and Along the Navajo Trail. The song contains the lyrics, "Keep on moving, Dan. Don't you listen to him, Dan. He's a devil, not a man. He spreads the burning sands with water. And Dan, can't you see the big green tree where the waters are running free, and it's waiting there for you and me?" These lyrics can also be found in the song Water by the California punk rock band Falling Idols. The song was recorded in 1982 and released on their self-titled 1984 album. The song playing over the intro of the film is an instrumental version of The Streets of Laredo, aka Cowboy's Lament. The song derived from an old Irish ballad and first made famous by Marty Robbins in the 1950s. It's about a cowboy who has been fatally shot in his last dying moments, asks a passing cowboy to see to his funeral procession. In The Gal That Got Rattled, the brother and sister's name is Longball, which is the historical Sundance Kid's surname. The opening song of the first segment, Cold Water, has a line, "Keep 'em moving, Dan. Don't you listen to him, Dan." Buster then mentions that his horse is called Dan. In fact, Dan is referred to in the Dan referred to in the song is a mule. Dan being a slang pet name for many a mule, it's much like Ned for a donkey. The nominal Dan appears often in cowboy songs. The conclusion of this segment in The Gal Who Got Rattled is almost identical to the plot in Fingered. Whatever that is, don't know, couldn't tell you. The additional symmetry exists between two of the stories. Both Near Algodones and Meal Ticket feature a character who is helpless without the use of arms and becomes dependent on another for survival. Buster says, "Misanthrope, I don't hate my fellow man, even when he's tiresome, surly, and cheats at poker." Later on, he enters the saloon and has a confrontation with Shirley Joe at the poker table. The bank clerk says his clients are from Valverde. Valverde is a fictional Hollywood location often used as a stand-in for the real-life South American countries. The same location is used in Die Hard 2, Predator, and Commando. During the saloon scene, Buster Scruggs takes issue with being referred to as a fancy Dan. His response includes the line, as for names, my horse is Dan." We already know this because he names his horse in the opening song. Buster Scruggs says, Shirley Joe, it's the dealing on the Sea of Curly Joe, which the credits later show the character is named Curly Joe. Buster Scruggs is misidentified as the runt from Rent a Pass in Shirley Joe's saloon scene. In Raising Arizona in 1987, the Coen brothers filmed the exterior scenes for the fictional Farmers and Mechanics Bank of LaGrange using the defunct Rita Pass Steakhouse outside Scottsdale, Arizona. Tim Blake Nelson did his own singing and guitar playing for the film. The Coen brothers told him, "All right, you're going to need to be able to sing 4 songs. We need you to play the guitar, and we need you to do all these pistol tricks. You've got 6 months." Nelson says, "I had a great 6 months working on that nearly every day. My son taught me to play the guitar character so much I wasn't going to let him down." The film cast includes 4 Oscar nominees: Liam Neeson, Brendan Gleeson, James Franco, and Tom Waits. In the Meal Ticket segment, Liam Neeson's character, the impresario, sings Wheela Wheela Willa, an Irish schoolyard song that tells the story of infanticide in a lighthearted way. Yike. The artist, played by Harry Melling, is never shown speaking except when he is performing on stage. Although it is not specified in the movie, it is most likely that Gilbert got his coughing sickness from the tenant whose death the other characters are discussing at the beginning of the Gal Who Got Rattled segment. No one else in the wagon train is sick, and Gilbert was sharing a house with someone who died from a coughing-related disease. The last image in the Buster segment quickly shows the last page of the book's chapter on Buster about his funeral. We gave him to you as he gave you so many. We give him back to you, Lord, and humbly ask that you never send him back. Buster Scruggs' six-shooter, belted at his side, has a name later. The page in the book, in the opening scene, reads, "For Buster was a man of whimsy, given to naming his accessories." There are some symmetries between the stories. In the first story, the main character refuses to play with another man's cards. And in the last one, another character explains how this would be impossible. The same twist where a person apparently dead manages to surprise the purported killer also happens twice, once in near Algodones and once in All Gold Canyon. In two different stories, a younger man attempts to rob a much older man with disastrous consequences. The first and last stories both feature singing protagonists, albeit on opposite sides of the law. And these protagonists are last seen making an ascending journey. Buster Scruggs' spirit flies up to heaven. The bounty hunters go up the hotel staircase with their prize. Although I would very much question whether or not they are bounty hunters or not. Now, before we end the show, I'm going to leave a link in both chats for a channel called Language and Film, and he's done a number of videos about this film, and he also has a very interesting one, the last segment, where he states flat out in the title, not bounty hunters. It's very clear that those two characters are in league with the Grim Reaper. Okay, let me get back to the page here. Jumped on me. There's a few more. I'll read them off here before we're done.
Very interesting.
Okay. Let me see. Book dedication to Gaylord Gilpin, who shared with us these stories and many more alike. One night in camp above the Roaring Fork, till approach of the morn stained the sky, and our esteem of him stained our trousers. This book is dedicated. In the meal ticket segment, a chicken with, quote, no formal education performs amazing mathematical calculations. Later in the All Gold Canyon segment, the prospector returns all but one egg to a nest and asks, how high can a bird count anyway? Another thing that's interesting about the prospector is he doesn't take from the land any more than he needs. And that's a nice character trait for him. The song that Buster sings after killing Joe at the poker table, Surely Joe the Gambler, is a parody of a classic song by N. Howard Jack Thorpe, Little Joe the Wrangler, which was used in 1939's Just Do Rides Again. After the altercation with Curly, a.k.a. Shirley Joe, Scruggs comments that he is not by nature a devious man. But when unarmed, your tactics might be Archimedean. He is referring to Archimedes, who was known in ancient Greece for, among other things, applying the principles of mathematics to the lever. Buster used the tabletop plank as a lever against Joe. During the segment, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, anyone who refers to Buster by a derogatory name ends up dying. The only person who refers to Buster by anything other than his name and survives is the kid, who praises him as a man to beat with singing and slinging guns. If you pay attention to the first and last pages of the story, The Mortal Remains, the trapper is the protagonist, and the story is told from his point of view. By contrast, the Frenchman is framed as the protagonist in the film itself. He is the first and last person seen. Another hint towards this protagonist switch is how in the book the illustration of the coachman is drawn from the trapper's point of view, but in the film the coachman is depicted from the Frenchman's point of view instead. Death features overtly in 4 of the 6 stories, and impliedly in 2. Within the prose being recited age, the performances begin with Ozymandias by Shelley, who drowned at age 29, and whose fate foreshadows that of the young actor. Tyne Daly also wears black, as though in mourning of herself already, or her in either as though in mourning or herself already buried, and being escorted by 2 of the self-proclaimed reapers, together with the 2 other passengers. The luggage is left on board, as it will never be required now that they have arrived at their final destination. The kid kicks dust on the body of the falling Buster Scruggs. In cowboy lore, this is actually a sign of respect towards a dead enemy and meant to symbolically release a soul into the afterlife. In fact, Buster's ethereal form appears immediately after that. All right. That is all of the trivia, which can currently be found at IMDb Pro, in which I have a page. Please check it out. The scrolls are closed.
Don't forget your link. You said you were gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I just need to locate that channel. Okay. So, folks, what did you think of the movie? Nothing. Okay. just thought I'd ask. All right. For those of you who are watching on my channel, the link to the channel Language and Film which discusses the Buster Scruggs film, is now in the chat. And I'm going to find it over here on Bill's side here very shortly as well.
I think for next week on Western Cinema Presents, we will do Gunsmoke, To the Last Man from 1992. It is a third and final Gunsmoke movie, as far as I know.
There, of course, is the link to the channel Language and Film. Some interesting videos. He has a number of videos about the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. He also has videos about True Grit, samurai films, the works of Cormac McCarthy. Very interesting channel. One of the better video essayists on YouTube right now. Please check that channel out. He's got some interesting insights, and I don't think all of his videos have quite gotten the attention that I think they deserve. So go over there and kind of check out his. He's got some interesting insights. That's all I can say. All right. I also do want to remind everyone that this Thursday, Action Theater returns to its regular day and time, Thursday at 4:30. This is going to be the beginning of James Bond month as we return to James Bond. We're going to be starting this week with Moonraker. And the other films we're going to be doing this month are For Your Eyes Only, License to Kill, GoldenEye, and Casino Royale.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since it's already up, we have a Kai July coming up. And we're going to be starting with Godzilla -1 minus color. That's right, the black and white version. And of course, join me in a little over an hour for the next episode of Unscripted. And it's going to be episode 110. And I'm going to be talking about why I think Hollywood needs to stay out of politics. I will name names. YouTube is not going to like this video. I would not be surprised if I get deplatformed by the end of it, because I'm going to go full on. All right.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I said we're going to do a Gunsmoke to the Last Man for next week here on Western Cinema from 1992. It is, as far as I know, it's the last and final Gunsmoke movie made for that was on television.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. That one was director Jerry Johansson, starring, of course, James Arness as Matt Dillon, Pat Hengel as Colonel Tucker, Jason Livery, who you might know from the second Griswold adventure, National Lampoon's European Vacation. And Matt McCullen and Amy Stock. Last name I can't pronounce. So.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah. So, come back and check them all out.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say, close out. Be excellent to each other. Party on, and we'll see you on the next one. You're welcome, Connie. We appreciate you so much being a strong supporter of both of our channels. You rock, Connie. Deleted?
Yeah, and I would like to thank everyone who joined us here today. I know that we did have over 30 people watching us at one. So I want to thank all of you who, actually kind of closer to 50, really. So I would like to thank everybody who watched all or part of the program with us. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you Bill's channel or mine, please hit the like on both channels. Say hello in the comments. And if you liked what you see, please subscribe to both of our channels. And we will be returning next week, same bat time, same bat channel, for a Gunsmoke to the last man. I'd like to thank Connie for being here with us in the chat, Lizzie Armstrong, who's with us on Cosme, JPRPH1, Wilkie's Movies and Music, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, Corey of Wilkie's Movies and Music. I want to thank Tim once again for the super chats. Pops was with us. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Schwupchen, who's a new name that I'm seeing for the first time. Hope that you enjoyed the show. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. Let me move on. Bush McFadden. All right. And as I always say at the end of every show, from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points, north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Don't get rattled, because this is how we win.